Where's my other phone?
You didn't speak. Did you hear from AB?
No, I haven't heard from AB.
Mm-hmm.
I try and look for my other phone so I can call Mister.
Nah, he been working. I talked to him.
AB.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
because he
no.
said
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to come
Oh,
in on
AB.
the show. Well, I had told him when we were last on, and he said he would come in. So I don't know. Did you remind him? Bu?
Yeah, but AB
You
is he's a busy guy. That
In fact.
nigga's busier than all of us.
But my question was, did you remind him?
Yeah, I spoke to AB
No.
earlier. No, we spoke to AB earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
yeah. So, but one thing I ain't gonna do with AB is bug him.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out if he don't say nothing, you know he'll get back to you.
It don't sound like you reminded him, Bu. Because if you remind somebody, then they come with a response. So what was his response when you reminded him?
Nothing. I said if he don't get back to you, then you don't just keep pushing because you
Oh,
keep
so you
pushing.
didn't speak? Huh? Bu. Well, how they say make it make sense. You said
Here
you
we
spoke to
go.
him. So if you
No, well,
spoke to him,
reached out.
okay, so Montana hit the nail correctly because he said no.
Hey, you know I'm the host tonight, right?
Yeah,
You know I'm the host
get
tonight.
it right. Don't come on here with jibber jabber. Make it make sense now. Let's go.
That's why I
Get
said
your head right.
you don't double. I don't double text, and not with AB because that nigga's. I don't
No,
know.
it's just not double. Wasn't double check. It's just did you talk to him? And if you did you remind him? That's all I was asking.
My question is, did you because you had the agreement with him? I didn't know nothing about it
What?
until
No,
earlier.
I told you on the phone yesterday. Was it yesterday when we were on the phone? I said
I think
to
it was
give
today.
AB a reach because a reminder because he
Yeah,
said he would be on the show. He'd like to be on here for this topic.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, sound like you didn't do it, but that's okay.
No, there was a text, but there was no text back.
Mm. Okay.
Me and Mister talked about that earlier as well, and he said the same shit. AB is a fucking busy, very busy person. You never know when he's gonna be on. He's supposed to be on every weekend or every day. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we need a second female co-host.
Yeah, don't laugh again. Don't start no shit. Montana, did you hear the backdrop on this?
Everybody don't be available.
Montana, did you hear the backdrop on this? I be on YouTube a lot because I watch a lot of different stuff on YouTube.
She called me mad as hell.
I wasn't mad as hell, but I saw the short pop up. Art for Change pops up all the time, but the short, and it said hiring for female hosts. I'm like hiring, so I put that in the chat. Hiring with an exclamation and question mark. You should have seen it in our chat on our phones, and then I was calling BU at the same time. Hiring. And I got the little lady emoji with the hand out. Like, I'm like, huh? And then where's my chat? But BU was telling me. And then talking to BU, I didn't listen to the short. So I'm just looking at the title, hiring. So then I'm like, yo, well, where's my check talking to BU? And then where's our checks? Hiring, And then BU say, yeah, I'm asking now the same thing. But he wasn't listening well because I'm telling him what I see. So I literally had to send him, take a picture and send it to him. Then all of a sudden, what is going on?
I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, so then he starts to tell me, and then on the show. So no, Yeah, that he and you spoke up for me. Now, Lady Alva, that don't have nothing to do with you. Don't take it, I said,
And
oh,
me
really?
and Montana said it at the same time. And Montana was like, and I was like, I was just about to say that because Lady Alva gonna get on our ass. I said something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because she called me like, y'all replacing me. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
that's why you gotta listen to the show, not just take
right.
things
But
out of
look,
context.
so once he told me that, so then I decided, let me tap on it. If YouTube, you can look at the short, but you can't put your cursor and hear the short. You got to tap on it. Unlike a whole show, you can put your cursor on the show and without opening up, and you can listen. So I opened up the short, and Mr. talk about, yeah, we looking for female host fast. I'm focusing on that. You laughing like that. Montana, why don't he a peep out of you? I'm like, wait a minute, nah, this is wrong.
The reason I was
The
laughing
reason
because I was
is
like,
for me. I'm the one that said it. I'm the one
exactly.
that brought it up.
And I'm laughing because I'm like, yo, Lady Alva, and I said it on the show. If you watch the show, I was like, look, yo, Lady Alva, we don't want no beef.
Yeah, and I was like, hold on, let me put a little clarity on it. There's nothing wrong with our female hosts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, so he's as he sees it, and I'm listening to it. He's like, oh, BU. So I said, look. For me, after he told me, I said, okay, but for me to not be in my head, please do me a favor, get Mr. and so I can just get this out of my head.
She would not let me not call him.
and she's like, no, he's like, I'm trying right now. I'm like, great. Because I was like, before the day is out, he's like, I'm trying right now. I'm like, great. So we did that. And then Mr. winds up chastising me because he's like, did you listen to the show? Sound like you didn't listen to the show.
Everything I told you, he told you. I was like, he's gonna tell you what I said.
How you calling me and it sound like you didn't listen to the show? So I'm like, yeah, right. I know, but that short is deceiving. Or misleading. It could be misleading. Because if I was just a viewer of Art for Change, and then let's hear that short, it would encourage me probably, no, I got to go watch the whole episode. Because it sounds like something brewing up, something's going on. Because they already got it, like they get the lady leaving. But I'm telling Mr. I'm not a viewer. I am part of Art for Change, so I'm not thinking, let me go listen to the show.
He got on your ass, though.
He did.
Hey,
go ahead,
y'all know we live, right?
No, we not.
Yeah, we is.
Are. Okay. How we get live?
He must have hit it and ain't say nothing.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Art for Change. That's a little backstage info that y'all got from us. It's already 8 minutes in, yeah. So we're gonna get started. It's your boy BU. You already know we got our co-host Montana. What's up, Montana?
What's going on?
Everything good. How was your past weekend? Everything good from yesterday?
Yeah, it was good, man. Got tomorrow off, so bottle pop, Red Bull beside me. Let's get it.
Oh, okay, what you sipping on?
Hey, I'm drinking on that goose. Get you loose. Don't get me started.
I had a good day too. Inspection day today. Had inspections. Got all inspections, end of the job inspections and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so everything went smooth. Everything is going smooth. Everything ain't done yet, though. But okay. Yeah. And we got Lady Alva. It's Lady Alva Day today. Look at her. Yeah. She all dressed up too. It's Lady Alva Day. She loving it. She loving it.
This a Lady Alva hat. This a Lady Alva Hummingbird edition. What do you say? Repose hat. I designed it.
Damn, we about to have a Lady Alva Jr. Since y'all heard the pre-talk before we do these live. We about to have a Lady Alva Jr. on the show soon. So we're going to get there. Y'all heard the back talk. So, yeah, but what we talk about today, Lady Alva?
We are talking about, first you want to ask me how I'm doing? I don't get how I'm doing.
We know how you doing. You just told us, but how you doing, boo?
I'm good. I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling much better from this long cold or symptoms from it. It's ridiculous, but I still have this cough and the mucus is still not all the way out my body, so that triggers that. So if I fade away, y'all, that's because I'm coughing. But
Okay.
one of the co-hosts, they'll pick it up.
For sure.
Definitely.
It is what it is. I feel good because I showed up, because I was thinking not to show up because I was concerned about the cough for real. But I said, nah, I'm gonna show up and get this done and out of my hair, so it's not lingering on me. Tonight's show, we are talking about tonight, and how y'all doing? Y'all setting. It's good to see y'all. We are talking about tonight the wars we live inside. The wars we live inside. We don't say, we say we don't want war, not in this country, not in this world. Yet we live inside smaller wars every day. Wars of judgment, silence, fear, and respectability. Tonight, we're naming the wars so we can stop fighting them. I welcome you listeners and on this show, The Art for Change, baby. Let me break it down like this. It's broken down in segments. So we have the war of judgment. Judgment doesn't start in the streets. It starts at home. I ask you, where did you first experience judgment in your own family or community? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell us.
It was at home and at school because like I'm small. I was small. So it's like, and I like had to be extra. I had to do everything extra just to stand out, just because, you know, I had that what they call it, little man syndrome.
Yes,
Napoleon complex.
Yeah, Napoleon complex. Yeah, Napoleon complex. So, you know, I felt in myself as if I had to be I had to act tougher. And you know, which is, later on, this is where BU came from, because I learned I just had to be who I was. This is where the name came from, actually. But I felt like I had to act tougher because everybody's bigger than me, and I'm this little scrawny kid and everything. And then as I got older, I started getting respect from, you know, everybody who's bigger than me, just because when I learned how to be myself, they loved me. Like there was no problems. But when I was acting tough, you know, there was problems. And I was acting tough for no reason, just for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
But once I started being myself, everybody loved me. Everybody gravitated towards me and everything. And there was less problems, actually, because I was true to me, you know. And same with my household. Well, same with growing up with my family. Like I grew up with brothers and, you know, and one sister, and they're all bigger than me. So, and I'm the oldest. It's crazy. It's crazy, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I like that. I like your honesty really with that. And that Napoleon, as Montana called the name accurately, syndrome. Yeah, for a man to acknowledge that. So I love that honesty. But you know what you said, I think about sometimes, like you said, I was acting the way I needed to act. I chose to be me. That's where you get BU from. And then that chosen to being you made some errors. You stumbled, you know, and it didn't go right. But we get judged on that. And I'm sure for you to do that, people think that's who you are. And that's the problem. And they coming at you in a way. And you just trying to figure out this thing that you're being, your identity, and the complexity of, I have the Napoleon syndrome. You know, like you're not gonna go around life wearing that and shouting that to the world. You know what it is because you know how the world is treating you based upon that. So you trying to find your way through it, and then you get treated badly because of it. Here's the question I like for people to think about when we are trying to figure out our identities from young, even still as we are adults, still that can happen. People, when you see that, just ask a person, are you okay? Why do you act like that? instead of giving them labels and thinking you know that that's them and you don't know that. That's all I gotta say on that. Montana, you got it.
Um, honestly, it's like me and BU kind of got like a similar story. You know what I'm saying? Like we when we met, we both were small. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that was something I had to deal with. A lot. Um, growing up, coming up. I used to get picked on and stuff like that because of my size, and you know what I'm saying. So it you know me running with the older kids, I had to learn how to how to defend myself because they were like, you ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna try you. People gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? All because of your size and everything else like that. So I had to learn how to scuffle. I had to learn how to you know put them ones and twos out there. Um, Judgment within the household or family. Um, that came. I used to get judged a lot by my uncle. Because his mother and father, which is my mother and father, because they raised me. But he used to always feel like I was treated better than he got treated. But what he failed to realize is when he was coming up, that was a different time. You know what I'm saying? My father was still, drinking. He was in the military. It was just a whole different atmosphere. But when he raised me, you know what I'm saying, I caught the tail end of it, you know what I'm saying? He got in the church, and he always been in the church, but he got into the church, and you know what I'm saying, wasn't drinking, wasn't doing stuff like that. So he used to always, make little slick comments. Oh, you got it good, you spoiled, you this and you that. And I'm just like, bro, like eat a dick, bro. Like, are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I used to
Yeah.
get judged, like because the things that my parents would do for me that they weren't able to do for him because it was in a different tax bracket, when he was coming up. You know what I mean? So, but mm,
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I heard you say that, he said you get treated bad. He's still he's still stuck in that
yeah, mm-hmm,
place of his syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
He never came out of it and never found a way to come out of it, and maybe never had any help to come out of it, to be released from it.
mm-hmm.
So as generations come and others come up and they see this change happening and still angry because they never got that change.
Jealousy.
You know, yes, and this is how we create wars
Oh
in
yeah,
our
we
communities
yeah.
and in our families
I
and
tried
these
to kill
wars.
him.
Go ahead, Montana.
No, I'm gonna say yeah, you're right because I definitely tried to kill him. I tried to unalive him. So
Ooh, ooh, wow. Yeah, see? Yeah,
mm,
that's big. That's big. That's how strong and deep it affects the emotional stability of a person.
yeah,
You
because
know, that sounds like he was hating. You felt like he was hating on you and you
yeah,
were tired of it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like it's even when as I got older and I started hustling and getting my own money and stuff like that. When I hopped out with the cars and you know what I'm saying, you could just hear the hate and the things that he would say. You know what I mean? Like it got to a point one day where he said something. I think I told my car racing or some shit like that. And he made a comment. Oh, you don't need to be doing that. And I say, man, look, motherfucker, look. If I want to go out here and tear that bitch up, I'm gonna tear that bitch up. I ain't asking you for no money. I ain't asking my parents for no money. I'm gonna get it fixed. Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. Like, so yeah, it transformed into a lot of hate. But today we standing on good grounds, you know, today. But it took a
That's
long
good.
time to get here.
That's good. Hmm.
That is absolutely good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a long time, a lot of trials and tribulations, bumps and bruises.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Thoughts of murder.
Yeah. Cause I mean, there ain't no thoughts. I
There wasn't
tried.
no
Like
Wow.
thought.
if
He
it,
said he tried.
You
There ain't
yeah,
no
tried.
thoughts.
Ooh, Lord,
yeah.
what
If his homeboy wouldn't have grabbed me, like I just tell the story real quick.
uh-huh.
We was what the fuck was we doing? Oh, I think my father asked me to he asked me to clean up the trash cans. And you know, I'm like, man, hell no. I'm not cleaning, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, all the little dirt and juices and flies and maggots and all that. See, you know what I'm saying? So he out there drunk. See, my uncle got a drinking problem and he had a very, very bad drug problem as well. But so he out there, so I'm standing with the water hose and I'm spraying out. He's like, man, get your bitch ass in the trash can, da da da, clean that shit out. He just talking. So I look, and it just so happened there was an axe sitting right there.
Oh shit.
So I grabbed the axe and I went to swing it at him, and his homeboy grabbed me from behind. Rob Ski, we share the same birthday. His homeboy grabbed me from behind, put me in the fucking cripple across face chokehold chicken, yoke me the fuck up. All right.
Figure eight.
Yeah. Yoke my little ass up. And you know what I'm saying? My mama came outside. What's going on? Like I tried to kill him. Like that was yeah. And that wasn't the first time either. So
That wasn't the
Wow.
first time. It's crazy.
Thank God that never happened, because I think I would have never met you, maybe.
nah, you wouldn't. I'd still be serving. I'd probably still be serving time for that right now.
Yeah.
That
So,
was all premeditated.
yeah, God's grace for sure. Wow.
What
Segment
about you,
2.
Lady Alba?
Oh, you want to answer for me?
Yeah. What
Hmm.
about you?
Of
Hey, don't
course,
don't
like
don't
yeah,
scoop
yeah,
past it.
um,
Don't scoop
yeah.
past
What
it.
you thought? What you thought?
um, where did I first experience judgment? What you thought in your own family or community? The first experience of judgment in my own family was which I didn't articulate at that tender young age of that was judgment. But I have to say, honestly, it was from my mother.
Hmm.
Um, because instead of her, my mother, beautiful woman, externally and internally, and but I guess she couldn't see that about herself for whatever her reasons. So I never felt that she gave that to us, her daughters. She had 3 girls, has 3 girls. And when it came to me, I didn't get that from her. But what I did get was what was wrong. What was wrong. Like my nose or my legs the calves are too skinny. Things like that. It was what was wrong without the balance of what is good. So that was a struggle for me, because it without knowing, without me even really accepting it, this is what I'm hearing, this is what is being said. So without really me orbit, so I had a trouble with seeing myself the way I need to see myself naturally, and the years. And I things like that, they still stay with you. Like, even though you can work through it, but it's
Hmm.
still like little pieces or particles that are just not finished yet. And you realize it sometimes in different things throughout your day or your walk in whatever day, that you're still not 100% wholly embracing your beauty. You're still looking at someone else, and women do it all the time. That's why we look at other women and see their beauty. And I can understand it to this point because we can't, none of us see ourselves. We see a image or a reflection of ourselves. You understand? Because but we can see other people, right? You know, so I can understand on that level, but we always look at the beauty in other people or other women. I'm a woman, so in that aspect, and then we try to design and have the look that she has, when we should just be working on and embracing the look that you have, I have, and leave it at that. And you know, but yeah, in the community, and actually, there's no way I can't say the community as far as judgment on a negative. No, actually, they gave me the opposite of what my mother didn't give, because everybody's, oh, yo, she's so cute, she's so pretty, or everybody. And then I was little, still am little, so I was protected by in the community. My peers from school, the neighborhood, and you know, they protected me. If someone was coming to try to, leave her alone. You mess with me. That was my little, but the little homegirl peers. You know, it was always one. If someone wanted to fight me, and at that time, because you know, you would build a fight. In my generation, when you were young, from elementary, even junior, even through high school. When I say build a fight, because if it's some mess, somebody messing with you, so it's planned. All right. Meet in the bathroom.
Meet me at,
right. Meet me outside. You know what I'm saying? Build a fight. So you get geared up, you get ready, you get the anticipation. But my friends would never let me fight, and I wanted to. And I'm not trying to say I didn't even know I wasn't a fighter. Like So, but I wanted to. But they like, nah, you too little. Nah. I got her. She too big for you. Nah. I got this. And that's the way it was. Like that's what I got from the community. Yeah.
I have friends like Montana said. I have friends like that as well. I got my ass whooped a couple times before those friends came, but I have friends like that too. I had Ray them, Tonio them, all them. Like, ain't nobody fucking with Skeet. What?
No, they're not gonna let. They're not gonna let nobody out my weight class fuck with me. They're not going for it.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing then, that we all had that. So those were our people, right? And then our people who we had that looked out for us, you know, loved on us that way, because they identified the difference of our stature, whatever it is. So, but they accepted it, they embraced it, and they loved on us that way. And then the people who had a problem wanted to get at us because of these things, thinking like which were the bullies or whatever, they started not to like the people that were loving on us, or that person that was loving on us. So sometimes that person be in too many fights, and really now you, or Montana or BU, y'all don't have nothing to do with it, but that person who loving on us like that feel like it's all because of you. Yeah, but the way of life. But segment 2, war of respectability. Respectability can feel like protection until it becomes a cage. How did respectability show up in your household growing up?
Growing up, respectability started with because I grew up at grandma's house. Before I moved to North Carolina, I grew up at grandma's house. And if you got a black grandma, no shade to any other kind of color grandma. If you got a black grandma, you know her house is all about respect. She even had the plastic on the couch. You know how you sit down with the plastic on the couch, everything like that. So respectability was very much taught. And it's about speaking to your elders. I grew up where your mama friend could whoop you if you did wrong. You can't do that nowadays. Because, you know, kids are too sensitive, and even parents are too sensitive these days, actually. Some parents don't even whoop their kids because it's abuse or whatever. Thanks. I had limps thrown at me. Like, you can't just pop your kid. Like, come on now. But yeah, growing up with grandma taught me a lot of respect, actually. I spent a lot of my time with my grandma because I was raised by a single mother until I moved to North Carolina. So I spent a lot of time with grandma. And It was all about respect and not even respectability, structure too. It had to be like this, had to be like this, no matter what, every
Mhm.
day. And then you'll see the older people on the block, they come out, they love grandma. They looking out for grandma because she was respected. And that's one thing I did learn from my grandma. And I still talk to my grandma every day to this point, actually. I gotta call her after this. So,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Did it ever feel like a cage?
No, it was well, actually, yes, kind of. Actually, I'm gonna put it this way. It did feel like a cage because I was being told no about this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. But then that cage opened, and I was in the free world. And then I learned, and then now I remember everything that I wasn't supposed to do while I was in that cage. So I put
Mhm.
that with life, which brought me to where I'm at now. So it did feel like a cage. So yes, to answer that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Montana.
Respectability. I was raised on you gotta give respect to get respect.
Hmm.
Yes.
Um, so
Wait, you said you gotta get respect to give respect, or give
no,
respect to get respect
you gotta give respect to get respect.
to get respect. Okay.
I was raised on, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, stuff like that. So, um, and my, respect goes a long ways. You know what I'm saying? So I was raised by my grandparents as well, but that's what I call my mother and father. So, both of them being from my mother from Alabama, my pops from Florida. So I was raised in a very, very deep Southern upbringing. So all that extra shit was just out the window, even though they were disrespected heavily growing up, being born in the time that they were born. So yeah, that's my answer for that.
So it never did it feel like a cage for you ever?
A little
And
bit,
mm-hmm.
a little bit. It felt like the thing that made it feel like a cage was, prime example, when my neighbor said I killed his dog and stuff like that. And my dad telling me go apologize. Man, what the fuck am I apologizing for? I ain't do nothing. But so like just little stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
what made it feel like a cage. Cause
Mm-hmm.
it's like, man, all right, I gotta do what they say do. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But
Yeah.
But then you
That's
grew
a
up
good
and you see
hmm
everything happen for a reason, though. Once you grew up, like, all right, I see why they did this.
yeah, facts. That's facts.
yeah, the dog scenario. That's a good example, Montana. Also, I want to speak on what you said too. You gotta give
You gotta
respect to get respect,
hmm
right?
hmm
That just made me really that they the world well generations have twisted that around. I've had out of my 4 children, one of my children tell me that, telling me you gotta get you gotta give respect to get respect. So that's the twist. Because if your elders from your experience, your elders told you, you gotta get to say it again because I'm gonna twist it up because see I'm
Give
twisting it.
respect to get respect. You got to
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
you gotta
respect to
give.
right.
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you give your elders are telling you, you give respect to
hmm
us to get respect from us. Children want to tell their parents today that we got to give them respect to get respect from them. They done twisted that line around.
Maybe it works
You
both
can't,
ways.
I don't think so. I don't think so because when you're young, when you're young, dumb, chewing bubble gum, special ed, when you're young, dumb, chewing bubble gum, wet behind the ears, you what you know about life, you learning. So you have to learn. So I think it goes the way Montana phrased it and gave us an example of it. And from the old school mythology, and of home and families and community. We are the elders. We know a little more than what y'all know. So if you want to get respect, give it here first, because we're teaching you it.
Okay. What's up, Phoenix? I got a question. What if y'all the same age? Not even talking about youngins, like, because that's why I say it works both ways. You got to give respect to get respect. What if you same age?
If it's the same age, both should be given respect. That's what the way I see it, where I believe it. You know, respect is not something that we have to decide to do. We don't wait to see who you are, this, that. You just give it because it should be embodied in you. That's part of how you carry yourself, part of your character, part of your personality, part of your giving to outwardly. So you just give it. It can shift if someone is not receiving and or treating you bad. It can shift. You might be thinking, I'm stuck. It's hard for me to keep giving this person respect when they keep trampling over me, but it's a given. It's not a question. Who are you before I decide if I give you respect? Hey, Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh,
what she say? Read it, be you too.
I'm not reading nothing.
Oh God. Miss Lady Alba, would you be nice enough to button up that blouse for the viewers, please?
She got the girls out. She got the girls out again.
She got the twins out.
She got the girls out.
That I designed, so
you designed it?
That's all. Okay, segment. Oh, I didn't say mine, right? You're gonna ask me to say mine. I agree. I'm on the same scheme and upbringing that you gentlemen are from. And I did feel after a while, if you can feel a sense of it being a cage. And I'm gonna say probably once you hit your teens, or you're in your teens, and your brain is now more starting to think for itself a little more. You wanna explore, and so it feels a little cagey because you know that you're not supposed to do this, you can't do this, that cage can last, and I did see it last me even as an adult. Once I've become an adult, my mother was very cagey with me. She still is. She still is, but I understand it. Well, it gives me, let me say it properly, because I don't want to say what she still gives me that sense of feeling caged,
Her mother
but I've
always
learned
gonna be a mother.
That's it. And that's it. So early on years, when coming into my early adult years, I was rebellious with her with that. Like literally, like, Mommy, why are you talking to me? You know I'm not listening to you, right? Like literally, like you're wasting your breath. I'm telling her, like, you're wasting your breath, you're wasting your time, But yeah, but as I got older, and becoming a mother and growing more in a mother, having more than one child to the next, you learn that mother's always gonna be a mother.
All right.
Because coming from her fears and her worries, so it can really, when she gets in that and she pours it out, and she can really like overwhelm you, pour on you, like you, woo, okay, remember I'm grown, but I gave you the answer, so I'm not going to do it the way you're suggesting I should do it, or you think I should do it. Mother, I gave you the answer. So I'm not understanding why you keep repeating yourself to me on this topic and in this way, So that's how I have to speak to her now. Like, but sometimes it's helpful and sometimes it's not. But I understand that that's her, and I can't change her. So I've learned how to respond to it differently and really accept it differently internally. Because we can respond to anything. Look, it sounds polite, but internal, we mad as hell. That like, yes, okay, with the smile, and inside you burning up. you know. So I
Yeah,
like to
my
do
mama
it.
still tell me, I'm not one of your little friends. She used to tell me back then. She still tell me that to this day. I'm not one of your little friends.
There you go.
Hey, I wish I was lying, cause I go the fuck
There
off.
you
Like
go.
I am here, I'm with my mama. I go off. I be like, yeah, that's my mama, but I be
There you
meaning
go.
it.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's
I
all
can't help
about.
it. What
Hey,
I'm like, yo, you raised me. You know what triggers me. Like, don't do that. Like, we both grown now. So
that's that. What that?
you gotta
That's
give
a good
respect to get
ask.
respect. You gotta
That's
give
a good
respect to get
ask.
respect.
That's a
Yeah.
good ask. I'm all for that too. BU. Like, look, because yeah, now my like every I'm grown. I'm little like a mom. I'm grown, so I'm thinking like I'm grown. I'm in my own
Hmm.
identity. I'm not
Yeah.
split between you, your identity, well, you raising me and me. So can you just please, like you just said, what triggers me? Help me out. I
Hmm.
told my
You
daughter
raised
that
me.
too. This is, and when she got grown, this is a two-way relationship.
Hmm.
You have to understand the things that trigger me, the things that are old that were here on me before I even thought about you coming in my belly, or knowing you in my belly. So, and I had to tell her and identify some of those things about me so she could know. So you got to understand, this we're both responsible for this relationship.
Mm.
And they fight against that. But see, it boggles my mind. Why you fight against that? Because they see the dynamics. Our children don't understand. I'm responsible for you when you're young. I'm the one pointing the finger of which way to go for you. Now, when you tell me you grown, it becomes more of that. This is a two-way relationship.
Okay, so Roxanne said, what if a parent is toxic and the best way to show respect is to distance yourself?
Yeah. Well, if a parent is toxic, first of all, I don't like that labeling on a parent. A parent is toxic. A parent is, using your phrase toxic, is just showing that their trauma, their hurt, their pain, their dysfunction, their dysfunctions, things that they presently are disturbing, that like addictions and all these things. So I think for us in the community and in families, we should seek to get our parents help. We should talk. Somebody hopefully be wise enough about it. One of the children, but sometimes that doesn't enter a child's mind, depending on the age. But hopefully to get the parent help, or speak to someone else about it, to seek to, how could I help my parent, or how could I be helped in this situation with my parent? And always still love your parent. Sometimes that level of toxicity is just to say nothing, be quiet. Hopefully it's not anything physical or sexually abuse going on. If it's all words, then just, you don't have to respond. That's, it's hard to do. That's all I got to say on that. But love your parent. Don't label them and put them in that box.
So would now, how many older people actually go through therapy?
I don't know. That's a good question. Roxanne, that was Roxanne that asked that question, right?
A lot of older people are stuck in their ways, so it's hard
Yeah.
to.
My grandma is right
Yeah.
now. She's going through that shit right now.
Yeah.
She don't care
So
about doctor appointments. Oh, don't baby me, all that. My grandma going through it right
Yeah.
now. Don't baby me, nothing.
Mm-hmm. It is true.
You need our help.
Yeah. That's true. I can, what you're saying, and I'm thinking now, my father, into that question, he's like that. My mother, I can say I don't know if no elders going to these elders, in my family. But what these people ain't going to therapy. I went to therapy. And I sorted them out along with myself.
I was about to say, I feel like
I brought them into the room. I brought them into the room with me to the therapist. I brought my family members with me, from my mind out of my mouth.
I feel like you go to a therapist and you're questioning the therapist.
No, I didn't question the therapist.
That's how I feel. I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went in there because therapy. I went in there to look. See, when I'm going to look for help, then I'm not going to. I work on to not control the help. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the answers, else I wouldn't be here. But I feel a need. I need to explore. So this is what I feel. This is what's happening. This is how I pour it all out. I just pour out myself.
Yeah.
Into the therapist's cup. And then listen to the therapist from there. Now, there's times where in therapy, I felt like I disagreed or whatever, but then I say it, and I just be honest. Mm-hmm. And therapy also, on that note, it's like you got to find the right fit for yourself, and that's okay. If one is not, you're not comfortable with that, okay, go keep searching and find another one. Yeah. So Roxanne, definitely love is always there, even from a distance. Yeah. Look. I'm not saying you shouldn't go distant. I just gave the suggestion. But if you need to distance yourself, if that helps, that's fine. Because plenty of relationships, I have done that. I've done it, accepted it, done it with my kids. I've done it with my mother, and kept love and didn't distance with malice or, and honestly, though, at one time I did probably.
I did before.
I was young and mad. Because I was young and mad.
21. I was 21. Yeah, I was on top of the world.
Yeah, with the F you, but that's when you're young and dumb and you don't know how to deal with your emotions, right? And and you saying you grown, but you still want how you want. So it's still like you're an adult having an adult tantrum. But I've learned as I grew that distance is healthy from anyone that is giving you a sense of discomfort until you work it out. If it can be worked out. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes silence is good. That's moving us to segment 3.
There we go. War of silence. Silence can feel like loyalty until it becomes the thing that keeps us from healing. What were the things your family didn't talk about, and how did that shape you?
Well, with my immediate family, like my mom, my stepdad, my sister, and I didn't really see love because my dad was always gone. He was in the military, always deployed. My mom was always at work. I was a spoiled brat. Like I got everything I wanted. But when I say I didn't see love, I didn't see them love on each other at all. I didn't see them love on each other, not even the slightest. Yes, he took care of home. Yes, he did all this other good stuff. But I didn't see my mom being loved until like my adult years. So until now she has her husband. But I didn't realize that until I got older. And then now that I think about it, I didn't realize what love was when I was little because my mom was always out at work. I'm taking care of my little sister, chasing her around the fucking neighborhood in Beacon Hill or in Strickland Bridge, because I got to be the big brother. And that's putting toll on me because I can't be with my friends right now because I got to watch my sister. I can't do certain things. And that made me like, damn, where mom at? Like, why mom? But mom got to have her fun too. She's an adult, and I kind of do that now with my kids. So, shit rolls downhill. Or you can say the apple don't fall far from the tree, whichever one you want to say. Whichever one's better. There we go. But but I didn't see my mom being loved until I got older. But I seen her being taken care of. So, there's a difference between being loved and being taken care of. And think about that for y'all.
That's true. That's true, BU. Our host has joined the building. Mr. Sapiosexual, how you doing tonight?
What's happening? How y'all doing? I ain't want to interrupt the conversation, man. Y'all keep it right on going.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling. I was in a good
I'm
motion.
gonna get in where I fit in. Yeah, y'all go ahead.
Yeah,
All right,
motherfucker.
all right.
I was
There
on
we
the
go.
roll. I was on the
Oh,
roll.
okay.
I'm still the
Well,
I'm still the
just
host
acknowledge
until he talks. I'm still the host. Hold up.
Look at me, you.
Nah,
See, that's me, you. Yo,
All right, I'm
you,
done now. I'm done now.
you said you were spoiled. You got everything you want. So you know what I thought in my mind when you said that? You small in stature. You get your family give you everything you want. You go outside, your friends hating you more. You got
No, my
all
friends
this stuff,
love me.
any little like you got it.
No, my friends love me because I was spoiled. So
Oh,
if
good
I'm
thing.
spoiled, my friends are spoiled with me. Like that's how it was. Mister
Okay.
was with me, all us. That's no. What
Okay.
I was saying was when I talked about that earlier was I had small man syndrome, but my friends ain't let nobody fuck with me.
Okay, you're right.
Like my
So I
son said, if you
feel
my sides, if you not my sides, they not letting me fight you. We all
right,
with your ass or something like that. Yeah.
right.
So that's what
So
I was saying about that
the other
earlier.
cats who hated on you didn't like you. They didn't like you
Yeah,
more.
we had a lot of
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
especially when I met this Mister because he just made it worse.
Mhm,
So
mhm. Montana, you got it.
What was the
What's your answer? You want me to repeat it?
there's something
I got you.
about yeah, go ahead.
It's about war of silence, and what were the things your family didn't talk about, and how did that shape you?
Um damn. Well,
That's a
as
good
I sit
question.
back and yeah, that's a good question because it's like,
You have to process it, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We can,
Oh Lord,
if you want
alcohol
to take
abuse.
time.
God
Oh,
damn
you
it.
got it.
Yeah, nah, I'm alright. I don't mind me. I done split my damn bottle. Oh yeah, shit. I gotta take a shit.
If you want to think about it, then we can roll back around to you. Sound like
No,
Mister
no,
might
you
have
good.
something to say on
No,
that.
you good. It's not even that. It's just because my parents are very transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like they talked about a lot of shit. We talked about my uncle and his drug habits. We talked about my mother and her promiscuity, if I'm saying the word right, or her promiscuous ways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? So my parents didn't really like the only thing that they didn't talk about was my biological father.
Mm.
And, it was, and I've heard it time and time and time again. I get my temper from him. And because of the things that he did, and what I'm saying, like I was always told that, what I'm saying, they're not gonna allow me to go to the prison to see him, stuff like that. So they ain't really like talk about that. It was just always, what I'm saying, I'm your father. I'm raising you. That's all you kind of really need to know. So I kind of had to like poke at my biological mom or ask my aunties or hell, like even I remember being in high school and I was just talking to my teacher. I'm like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? My pop was locked. Well, at the time he was still locked up. Like, yeah, my pop locked up. He doing life without parole. And he's like, oh man, what happened? I said, man, shit, he did such and such in Hollywood Heights. And he looked at me. What's your daddy name, boy? I told him his name. And he was just like, oh man, are you serious? That's a lot of people that still want your daddy head. And I'm like, hey, look, ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know what I'm saying? So I would hear, different stories from other people and stuff like that. So that was kind of like one thing that was kind of like secretive that they ain't really talk about. Especially with my father not wanting me to travel down that path, with me showing signs of that temperament, if that makes sense. Like I just stated earlier, I tried to kill my uncle. Like, absolutely. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type shit. It was going down.
Nigga with an axe. That's crazy.
Like,
And that was the first time.
It won't the first time. So it's like, you know, but yeah, that was one thing that my family never really, spoke on, what he did
Mhm.
and you know, stuff like that.
Montana, do you agree that with them silencing your father from you was a good thing, or was it not? Did it,
Yeah, I agree because
it was a good
um
thing?
yeah, I agree that it was a good thing
Mm-hmm.
because at a young age, kids are very impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be that kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a gangster like my daddy. I want to be a killer like my daddy. I want to be a hustler like my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, my father made sure he showed me other ways of being a man. You know what I'm saying? Besides
Mm-hmm.
doing what my father did, he was locked up for 2 murders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I feel like that was a good thing though.
yeah, I agree with you on that. That's what sometimes silence of knowing certain things, and that the family says, no, we're not going to speak about that, or no, we're not going to tell them that or her that. It's a protection for
Mm-hmm.
us, and that's when it's healthy. That's when it's healthy. Mister,
Like,
what about you?
yeah. All right. Welcome to host. You can talk now.
Man,
Pussy.
fuck
He said
Jesse
you can.
Jackson.
Yeah, what's the question? I
The
want to make
question
sure.
is, sure. So it's war of silence. Silence
War
can
of
feel like
silence.
loyalty until it becomes the thing that keeps us from healing. What were the things your family didn't talk about, and how did that shape you?
See, you gotta take a deep side to it, huh?
Hey, this shit was way worse than mine, so I already know.
I mean,
Me.
and I'm gonna keep it real short. You know, what I mean, instead of being long winded on the situation. In short, my family, were not the most tight knit family. We were not the most affectionate, showing, giving family. So I think that was our silent killer, being that nobody was really shown super, affection or we wasn't a very tight knit, close family. I think everybody, because now as adults we all kind of go our own way. Like my mom has 7 children, and her children don't speak to each other every day. You know what I'm saying? We all know each other whereabouts, and you know what I mean. It's still, we're still siblings. So you get down on one of us, you're gonna have to get down on all of us. But in the same at retrospect, you know what I mean. We don't call each other, check on each other, spend time with each other, go do the family things. We're not very family oriented. You know what I mean? As I see other families are.
That's I like that your response on that. It's different from a whole different angle. You said silence and absence, or the silence of absence, and it wasn't good. Have you healed from it? Or are you working on healing from that?
I guess I'm working on healing from it. I don't think I've ever been a very affectionate person, so I think it kind of affects me and probably in my relationships. I'm pretty sure the
Mm-hmm.
women that I've been with would love a person who was more affectionate than I am.
Mm-hmm. Or
most people
I want to
would
keep
say
it
that I'm
on
kind
you.
of. More people would say that I'm kind of cold.
Yeah. I want to just what you said. I want to keep it in on you. Love more for you to be affectionate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes affection is personable. Like some people, my experience, you don't necessarily need affection, or I'm not looking for affection from this one, that one, but someone else that I know, something about them that I just want to be all more cuddly, wuddly, and close and all of that. Somebody else, I might just be like, no, I'm good. It's the dynamics of from one person to another and the energy you're getting.
I think
Wow.
because that wasn't the way that I was shown love.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that's not the way I require love, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
so for me, it's all about what's the word? Love languages. Everybody has different love languages, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um and affection, because I didn't grow up in a very affectionate household, affection is what I struggle with in my adulthood. Simply put.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly put, nice. Segment 4, War of Inherited Fear. Fear doesn't just appear, it's passed on, taught, absorbed, and carried. What fears did you inherit that you don't recognize until adulthood? Charlie
Uh
Hing, how you doing?
oh, hey, what's up? The fear I had was I turned 18 and I realized that I didn't want to be like my dad and my biological dad. And later on, we're like very good friends now, but he wasn't there for me growing up, which makes me like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't love my kids regardless, but to me it makes me love them more because my dad wasn't there. So I feel like I got to be there for them, and and then I got to show them, the ropes. Especially I got a son now, so I got to show him the ropes. But the fear that I didn't know I had was like I didn't want to be like my dad, but I wanted my dad there at the same time. Like, I don't want to be like you at all, but I need you, pops. Like, come on, like stuff like that. And I didn't know that until just now actually, because I don't think about that, but I didn't know. That was a good question actually, lady. Have a good job.
That's
Um,
beautiful. That's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So it's like and now that I think about it, I got a lot more to say, but we can keep it moving. Uh,
Okay.
Because my dad's a good man. He's a great man now. Like he was a kid when he had me, and we
Hmm.
grew to love each other. But he's a great man now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't want to be like him at all. He taught me
Yeah.
what not to
You.
do. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to
Mhm.
you.
Mhm. BU, I'm going to say to you because of what you just said, and it's so beautiful. I'll yield. I won't give an answer because I didn't give an answer to 3, and I won't give an answer to 4. So you can have my space if you want to keep talking about and share.
uh,
Nah, we
nah,
gonna speed this thing
that's
up.
yeah,
I'm drunk.
that's enough. Yeah,
Okay.
What
I'm
it
All
drunk.
right.
is?
All right. Montana, what you
What?
say? What say you, Montana Cobain?
I'm reading the War of Inherited Fears.
Mm-hmm.
It's passed down, taught, absorbed, and carried. What fear did you inherit that you didn't recognize until adulthood? I recognized that shit before adulthood. My biggest
Okay.
fear is my temper.
Mm,
My biggest fear is letting my temper get the best of me and doing something that'll take me away from my children. Well, I guess you could say adulthood because I didn't have kids until I was an adult. But my temper, like once that switch get flipped, it's hard coming me down. It's hard. Like I told BU the other night on the show. He was speaking on a situation that happened with him over the weekend. I applauded
Hmm.
him for that because that would have been me, or they would have been hearing about it on Channel 5 News.
Hmm.
Promise you. But and that's not to brag or boast or say I'm the biggest gangster or none of that. But I just know my temper. And my temper has got me in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna got me in some shit. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
Wait, no.
you know what I'm saying? So that's really my biggest fear because, my father, well, a lot, not my father. I mean, it's not my father. My biological dad, you know what I'm saying? He missed my whole childhood. He missed everything. He was told he was a menace to society. He doesn't deserve to see the light of day, and got sentenced to life
mm-hmm.
without parole because of his temper. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the shit that he did. you know, it was over money, but when you pull up, you shot the man in his neck and his chest with a shotgun, you know, all out of anger. Um, so I just refuse to let that I just refuse to let my temper get the best of me. You know, I try to, I try to pray more about it, and I try to look at situations and assess them before I just jump off the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
Cause cause shit, hell, not even just being locked up, temper could get me taken up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I can fuck
Mm-hmm.
around, snap on the wrong one, and they might be having that bad day. Cause I damn sure ain't the biggest and I ain't the baddest. I ain't the biggest and I ain't the baddest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what if a motherfucker get one up on me? You never know. So I try to be cool. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
stick to myself and try to keep a good face with everybody, but don't cross me.
Montana.
Hold on. AB's here. Hey, he finally
Oh,
responded to my
AB.
text, Lady Yappa. I told you I
Yeah.
All
text.
right.
That
He
motherfucker
here.
came out his damn
BU,
turtle shell.
look, Montana, we went through this. I'm not gonna backtrack with BU. BU,
All
now
right,
you want to try to
all right,
make
keep
it
going.
sense.
Keep going.
No, but go ahead. What was you about to say, Lady Alva?
keep going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was good what you said. You had me in deep thought because fear is dangerous, man. We
Mm-hmm.
can as what I'm gonna say. God says, do not live in fear, and I don't claim it, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it exists. But here's what I found interesting. You said your fear,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't be afraid of yourself. You can't be afraid of the pieces of you. None of us can, and none of us should. So what I found is if I have this fear of something and it's directly to me, it's not something out of bounds. It's the fear that lies, it's something that lies inside of me that I need to do something about it. I found healing or to get some healing from that, wherever that comes from, that's in you. Because you can't be afraid of yourself because eventually you will trip and the trip is going to be real hard and it's going to be disaster. If the possibility is high, the probability is high that you will. Any
I,
of
I
us.
I can agree and disagree with that statement. I
Okay,
agree.
let's
I
hear
agree
it.
with you, you know what I'm saying? You're saying that you can't, be fearful of yourself. But at the end of the day, when you know yourself and you know what limit that you're ready to take it to that everybody else ain't ready to take it to,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the fear comes in.
Right.
Because I know what the fuck I'm capable of. I know what's with me all at all times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you think about it
Yeah.
like that, and then you have to factor in the
Mm-hmm.
fact of you never know what the next motherfucker might be thinking or doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You never know when somebody
Yeah.
just gonna press that button on you.
Okay. And I understand it in that context of what you're saying. And me, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to say too, because I have a temper and I've learned that I'm afraid of myself. And I've said that too. I literally say I'm afraid of myself with when I get to a certain level, then I'm just gone. And I don't know what'll happen, but it's high probability that I can't come back from it. I can't change it. So I started to look at and identify with the things of why I feel this way, why my temper is so triggered on certain things or whatever, and how to manage it became important. I needed healing from other pieces about me, experiences that were attached to that. So I don't have to be so triggered. It was some other portion too that I was going to say and it left me, but I'm going to pass the torch on and maybe it'll come back and add to that. To Mr. You got something else to say? Something to say, sorry.
No,
To that question.
no, we can no, we can pass it on. Let's see
Okay.
what somebody else got to
Thank
say
you.
on the topic.
AB in
Okay.
the building. What's the question?
Man,
The
fuck
question
Jesse
is
Jackson.
Hey AB, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How y'all doing? My bad.
That's
I was,
good. That's good.
I was having a little I was doing my little nerd thing. So I I just looked
Your
at my
nerdy thing.
yeah.
Yeah, he's over there choking his
All right.
chicken. He's a professional chicken choker.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I gotta
All
put his
right.
bottle down.
The,
I gotta
um,
put this bottle down.
Please put
Oh.
the bottle down. Put the goose down.
it came back to me, Montana. I used to say a lot because I heard you say it. You know, if I would say, if I was 30 years old and it's going down, let me tell you what I would do. I wouldn't even be handling that this way if I was 30. I stopped saying it. One day, after a long time of saying it, different circumstances, I said, why am I still attaching myself to what I was? Or if, what I would do if I was, what I did, or how I would handle that when I was. I need to let it go. So I can not go back there, because I realize even when I'm saying that and the energy inside of me is ready to go like I'm 30. So I said, I got to stop saying that. I really got to stop saying that.
But if
So
it's in
that's
you,
the
it's
other
in
piece.
you.
We can work on things
I
that's
can
in us.
attest. I know, but I can attest for all men on this panel. And you know what I'm saying? Lady Alba, we know you gotta switch. But ain't now nigga on this motherfucking panel bitch made by far.
Right.
That's
You
true.
know what
But
I'm saying?
well, and I agree. And so where I give it all to, y'all know who I have to go to and who I give it to for the complete healing and removal, because I can't do it by myself. But
of course,
I start with speaking to myself. You understand? And that's very helpful for any of us.
All
Mister,
right.
you got it?
Yeah. What, you on the segment 4?
Yes, I am.
Segment 4.
Wait. Yes.
The question is, what fear did you inherit that you didn't recognize until adulthood? I think the fear that I inherited, which I don't even want to call it a fear, because I understand that, saying if you believe in God, then there's no need to fear. But my awareness as a child, I played with different ethnicities on the playground, and had no idea that the same little kids that I was playing video games with in elementary school, spending the night with in elementary school, that when I got to high school, their parents may look at me different or label me different, or maybe have already been labeled me, but now I'm aware that I'm a label. So I think my adulthood was just, having awareness that I don't have the same luxury of getting angry and crashing out as some of my counterparts. Scenario, I was riding with some of my friends, and they didn't look like me, and it was of a paler complexion. We got pulled over by a police officer, and he was driving, and he proceeded to cuss out the officer. Man, what the fuck you pulled me the fuck over for? What the fuck is your problem? Blah, 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 blah. To me, that was like, yo, you gotta chill out, because even though you talking crazy to him, all his anger is gonna come to me. Like, you know what I mean? And I had to have that conversation once, once it was over. You know what I mean? And he didn't understand it until he understood it. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, man. As a child, you are oblivious to the dangers of this world, and as you get older, you realize that people are evil. You know what I mean? And people can have certain understanding about you without even knowing nothing about you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. The game is rigged. You know what I mean? The game is rigged. It was always rigged. It was never written for you to win, and yet you still have to play. So,
so it's how you play.
Taking a shot to that.
Nothing you can do about it, but you can do something about yourself. What you got for us, AB? Want to give us your perspective on that question?
What was the question?
War of inherited. Fear doesn't appear, it's passed down, taught, absorbed, and carried. What fears do you inherit that you don't recognize until adulthood?
I don't know. I don't think fears are inherited. I think they're based off a person's experiences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
I like that.
I
Where you
like, I
going?
like, I
Uh-huh.
like, I like. Snap,
That's good.
snap fingers, snap
You know,
fingers.
you can't, you know, some people might have, you know, I feel like some people fears come from, you know, things they were shown or taught. Like nobody's scared of the boogeyman until they heard of the boogeyman. Like I feel like if you didn't know that the boogeyman was under your bed, you would have never feared the boogeyman being under your bed.
You right. You
So I
definitely
feel
right about that.
Nah, that's some real shit.
and I mean, and I feel like that can apply to a lot of things. So I don't think, you know, I don't think fear is inherited at all. I think that it's just based on somebody's experiences.
Yeah. So you're saying they're taught. Fear is taught, not inherited.
Fear is taught.
I think. Yeah. I think it.
We can go a lot
I
deeper
think
than
it's
that
both.
too, but I feel like
Yeah, that's another topic which will be good. And on that note, I might do my due diligence, and then we can have a topic and study on that, because I think it's both. But you know, I'm not gonna take nothing away from your thought. I'm agreeing with you, but I think it may be both. But I'm not quite certain.
I
So
think for us colored folks, the only fear that we have inherited is the fear of the goddamn white man, and I use that I use that very loosely. Not
Now,
I'm scared as a white man. I'm just saying like the power that the white man has, especially a white man with a badge.
Yeah.
You know that I feel like that's the only, especially for
inherited
black.
fear.
Yeah,
Do you think that's the only
especially for
inherited? You
black,
might have a.
especially for
that's
black men.
also
Yeah.
something oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's a good example, Montana, and you might be on to something there. Very good example.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you know what I'm saying? That's something that's learned. Like that's something that's an experience that somebody goes through because somebody else passed it down. You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, we saying well Montana is in agreement with me that it's both. You're saying it's singular. We're gonna build on that for another show. But it's a good thought process. For sure. Segment 5, War of Belonging. Belonging should be our first home. But for many of us, it was the first battlefield. Woo! There's that that was Roxanne, the parent who it's toxic. There's that toxicity. What in your family or community struggled to belong, and what did that teach you about acceptance?
I'll go first.
Please.
All right.
My sisters. I'm the oldest of 7, so you know me and Mister. That's why we get along so much. We both come from 7, big family. But that's beside the point. One of my sisters came out as she was bisexual. Matter of fact, 2 of my sisters. I got 4 sisters, so 2 of them came out as bisexual. One of them is married to a man now, and the other one is currently dating a girl. But it says, what is it? Hold on, let me make sure I'm answering this right. Um, at first, both of them they struggled with my father being a preacher. They struggled with, you know, how do I tell Poppy that's what they call my father, Poppy, me and my Poppy. But how do I tell Poppy that I'm gay or I like girls? You know what I'm saying? And they struggle with that because they fear the judgment. They fear, him throwing the Bible at them and stuff like that. And eventually it came out, you know, he knew about it, and like it didn't go how they thought it was gonna go. They thought, he was gonna, quote those scriptures and everything else like that. you know, even me, you know what I'm saying? I was shocked at how he took it. And you know what I'm saying? Like to this day, like the girlfriend comes over for Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas and all the other stuff. So it's like he accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Cause, you know, he believes in the word, you know what I'm saying? Like God says, come as you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, and pass no judgment. So, um, hold on, what the hell going on outside my door?
What the fuck?
Did you hear that? Hold on, man. Damn, freaking kids.
What you got? What you got, Mister, to say to that?
Belonging should be our first home, but for many of us, it was the first battlefield. What belonging itself? Is that the question? Is that what I'm trying to
Yes.
understand?
Yes. That's segment 5. Who in your family or community struggled to belong, and what did that teach you about acceptance?
Probably my mom. You know, I feel like my mom was an outcast of our immediate family. Everybody kind of treated her funny, I believe, because you know she was so young and had all these kids. But my mom just kept going, kept rising, kept triumphing. My mom has accomplished more than a lot of people in my family with having 7 kids, with being a teen mom. So, yeah, that's my answer for that.
Nice, nice. So
And
no
I'm
matter
a,
how full the
I'm a,
plate, keep going. That's what you're saying, right?
yeah, a little engine that could. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Absolutely. Where there's a will,
Nice.
there's a way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Aquarius is by nature. You know, we don't really we're kind of loners. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a popular introvert, if you will. You know, I can be by myself and have a good time.
Yeah. Which is it's I know that so well because I'm like that and I'm not an Aquarius. So that's just a trait that many of us do have. And it's good to it's healthy to know how to be by yourself and still breathe in and out and enjoy life. Mm-hmm. BU, what you got?
He gonna hate me for this. He might be watching too, but I don't give a fuck.
Nobody, no, wait. Nobody ain't hating here.
Oh yeah, here you go. I feel like my uncle, um, and it's the closest uncle that I'm closest to. I talk to him all the time, and I feel like he put himself in situations that he knows it's not good for him, but it benefits him at the moment. And like, you know, it's just partial yeah,
consequences of it.
yeah, and then so he does things that he knows is not right, but it helps him in that moment, and he's still doing it. He's been doing it since I know him, so and he's still going through that, and it's sad to see, but as a grown man, because he's my uncle, he's growner than me, but I mean, as a grown man, it's like, hey, come on, like, at some point you gotta change something, you know, at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then like even with me, because I'm the outcast of the family, because I say this stuff. Like I'm not just saying it to y'all. That's why I don't mind saying it now. Like because I say it to them, and we got a group chat. All of us got a 15 family group chat, and I say the same thing. So I also feel like I'm like the outcast of the family too, because um like I said, I didn't feel loved. I was spoiled. Like I said, I didn't feel loved. So I would act out and do crazy things for attention. And I think my kids do that now. Two or three of them. I can name 2 of them. And then I'm like, all right, we gonna get this shit right, like because I'd have been there before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
yeah,
that's my answer. Yeah.
That's what you shared. I'm gonna put this in it. It's the opposite end of how people react. The average or many react to a person who, what you're saying at some point, don't you think you should change that? And I'm sure you probably given suggestions or had talks with him. Oh, why don't you just do what you, and you know what? The opposite of the people say, nah, I ain't mess with it because he don't listen. He don't listen. He don't listen. They be up and ball.
You be doing that?
No, I don't do that. That has happened to me. But I say it doesn't matter. That's that person's journey. If information is given, you don't force it. You give it. And to each his own, you use it or not. But you don't have to go around here parading it like you got a problem with me now because I don't listen. No, just continue to love me and be at peace with me and treat me kindly, please and thank you. AB, what you got?
I'm about to get on your ass. Hey, pass it.
Don't ask me. No, I'm just playing. But for real, like I can say that, like, there's probably things in, my family's like history and stuff like that like outcast people for certain things. But to me personally, I look at like what affects me the most, and I think the people around me affects me the most. And so like, I think that, the people around me, we got a good bond. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we got a strong bond. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's understood no matter what mistakes people make in life.
Accept.
Because we're all human. We understand. So it's no like, it's no pressure. It's no like it's no outcasting, no stuff like that. Like we understand that we're different in so many ways, but the love is still there. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't think that's just how I think about it.
That's beautiful. And people struggle to accept and receive, and what you say you and your friends do and how you deliver it. People struggle with that and do that, and it causes and has caused from historically up to now great conflict. But I'm glad. Am I in your circle, AB?
I'm glad I am. Circle. I don't know if you're in mine.
Hell no, you outside the circle. Square ass.
Well, AB, I'm knocking at the door. Open up. God darn it.
You hear me knocking?
All y'all in my circle. Yeah. For real.
All right, RPJ gang babies. Y'all better tell somebody. Mister, what you got?
He already answered.
Yeah, I think I answered that one. Lady Ava, let's hear your answer.
Oh, here we go. All right. Let me refresh on the question. Struggle to belong. That probably was me, because I did at the time feel like I was the what you call a black sheep. The struggle of belonging, or the contrast that I felt like feeling that it's a struggle for them to accept me, that because I do belong, like I know that, but they contrasted me because they got a struggle with accepting me, was just because I was my cloth, one time I come along, my cloth was cut. The cloth had already been cut differently, meaning the atmosphere, the generation I'm coming into. So y'all know each generation starts to break some of the barriers differently than the other generation didn't finish, and we come in to do it, or we change some of the narrative. So it was a struggle on that, and I was that kid that came out and not knowing, but identified it even as when I got older, when I was younger, that was already there, me changing that narrative. And it was looked at like I'm just being deliberate in things. I'm not listening. I'm disrespectful. I'm all these things. I'm not cursing nobody out. Profanity is not coming, but I'm asking questions like why to my mother when she says, I asked her, can I do something? She says no, and I asked why. That was considered disrespectful. I just needed the information. I was a seeker. I still am a seeker. I want to know why, so I can formulate in my mind and put all these things together and use them accordingly as throughout my life, as which I have done when that purpose come or that time come, purposefully. So it was me. It still exists like that in my family, and sometimes I question, like, for me, am I still holding on to some of these pieces because it was my experience? Like, did it not all get cleansed out of me? So when I'm amongst the fam, I feel that type of energy. And so, or is it still also alive in them? So I'm not certain to say which way to go, George. It could be true on both sides. But because I'm aware of it, I definitely pay mind and manage it for myself and to navigate through it properly. Yeah. So I can still just be and give love and receive the love from my family and to and not to really take it to heart, because look, them mofos love me. Ain't nothing they can do about it. But sometimes we show up, like, what y'all doing? Like, what, but so yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Segment 6.
Yeah. War on children. Children don't choose the wars they inherit. They just learn to survive them. What do you see children carrying that they shouldn't have to carry?
What I see with that is, and this is one of my rules with at my house. Don't argue in front of your kids, because when you argue, you say stuff that your kids shouldn't hear, and then your kids will like secretly judge you off that, but you would never know.
Yep.
You would never know. Do not argue as a couple in front of your kids.
Yeah,
because you might say something that you mean, but you don't mean at the same time, if that makes sense. And then your kids are gonna choose, but you put them in a predicament where they gotta choose a side.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of my biggest rules in my house. Like, and like, I shut that shit down. Hey, we're not doing this right now. Nah, we're not doing this right now. The kids are here, but sometimes it still happens, But sometimes it still happens. But then now you put the kids in exhaustion, and now they gotta pick and choose. Like, mom and dad lives here, but we gotta pick and choose whose side we on. When they could have just been left out of it. This is about adults. And then now you got kids growing up too fast with that whole situation. You got kids growing up way too fast because they're already going through adult situations that they don't need to know about.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, we pour conflict into them. Yeah, we pour conflict into them doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Unnecessary. Yeah. What you got, Montana?
Let me read the question one more time, because I'm lit.
That was a good answer. I like that. Hey, clip that. Hey, mister, clip that shit.
What do you see?
Send it to me. Oh, I gotta send that to you. Send it.
It's kind of piggybacking off of what BU said. I see a lot of children carrying the emotional baggage of the mother or the father.
Ding, 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 ding.
You know what I'm saying? By either parent. I'm not just gonna say women. I'm not just gonna say men, because both sides do it. But either parent bashing the other parent. Oh, your daddy ain't shit. He don't do this. He don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Your mama ain't shit. She just want to go to the club. She a little hoe. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about single parent household. I'm not talking about, a couple. Like he was just saying, arguing in front of the kids. I'm speaking on, the parents that are separated. They're co-parenting, but when you go to daddy house, all he doing is talking down about your mama. When you go to mama house, all she doing is talking down about your daddy. Kids are having to carry that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like BU just said, now you're forced to look at, well, damn, my daddy a fuck nigga. Well, my daddy don't care about us. He more worried about chasing women up and down these streets, or you know what I'm saying, XYZ,
Yeah,
and
man.
and so on and so on. That's definitely something that I despise of. I don't like it. I've always told people, man, hey, look, like don't put your kids in that type of business. You can feel how you want to feel about your baby daddy or your baby mama, but as long as your kids listening, or all they need to know that their parents a good person.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
100%. You said that just as good as me. Hey.
Yeah.
He had to put it as good as me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be he wouldn't be BU if he didn't, brother.
You right.
You know, I got
You right.
to call Cosplay. Just not in
This
front of the
motherfucker.
kids.
Hey B man, so the question is, what do you see children carrying that they shouldn't carry?
From like their parents, or just in general?
Just in general.
Man, that's it. I think I've been thinking. Okay, so I think kids are like sponges, right? They absorb their surroundings. You know what I'm saying? As they grow up, you know, they imitate what they see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a known fact. I don't care where you from. Like, I feel like no matter where you from, you're gonna imitate your surroundings in some way, shape, or form. And so like y'all was saying about the relationships and you know, parents bashing the other parents, they absorb that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got little girls that see, you know, whether their mom is like yelling at their dad all the time. When they grow up, they think that's just a normal thing.
True.
You know, and just to keep it on the relationship terms, because it can go a lot deeper and farther than that, because you know, a lot of people grow up a lot different than our social norms that we have here in America. And so like, you know, as these kids grow up, they pretty much preconditioned into these particular roles.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got something to add real quick.
Those is go ahead.
I was about to say, children are carrying the burden of being the parent.
Ooh. Talk about that. You got to
Hey,
elaborate.
you
You got to
just said
elaborate.
some
You got to
shit.
elaborate on that a little bit, man. Go ahead.
You just said some shit. Yeah.
You know, they're carrying the burden of being a parent because you know, little Jasmine want to be in the club every weekend.
Ooh.
You know, or you know, or I'm just gonna say Tonio, 'cause I can't think of another name right now. I'm too late.
Say
But
it.
you know what I'm saying, or Tonio want to run up and down the streets. You know what I'm saying? He's so ready to be outside. So now that kid has to watch the other kids. They have to change diapers. They gotta fix food. They gotta do this. They gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot. Kids are growing. They're not allowing kids to be kids. You know what I'm saying? They're having to take on a role as a parent at way earlier ages than they have to. And that's not good.
Yeah. None of it's not good, but it is the human experience in our life. It is human error. From what the three of y'all have conjured so far, because I've done my own stumbles, arguing, and you know, going really deep, and the kids are present. Only thing I can do now, which I have done, and something I'm writing, is be apologetic about my stumbles, you know, which are all my emotions, my baggage, my trauma that I exposed them to, that I poured into them, not directly for them. It was never for them. So from that, I found it important that these are good conversations on that topic to have, because doesn't mean that you have to absorb it and be that way. It doesn't, and don't look at it as it's the right way to be and living and expressing in your human life. Know that it is error, and know that you don't have to take on that error, that it comes if your parents are doing that. It's their troubles that lies in them individually and communally, but somebody needs to talk to the children about that, because we keep adapting this and going on and on like it's the thing to do. It's not the thing to do, but it's the thing that we necessarily won't ever be able to control, because none of us know what we're doing until we know what we're doing. And that's
And
it.
then you be thinking, damn, if I could go back,
I would do it
this, I'll
differently
that.
because of what I know now. There you go.
Yeah.
Bam. Mister, what you got?
Yeah. I think I just want to kind of rebuttal off what your last statement and say that, yes, it may not be the correct way, a standard of doing it, but understand people are products of their environment. It's inevitable. You know what I mean? This is why they say, birds of a feather flock together. This is where they say, like, if you want to be a millionaire, you need to hang around some millionaire friends. Or if you hang around 6 bums, you're gonna be the 7th one. It's the product of the environment. So if I'm a child and I've been reared from, birth to 18, and this is what I've been taught from birth to 18, it's going to take another 18 years of retraining, of relearning something different. And then not only that, whenever I am pushed to a flight mode, what happens? I reset back to what is normal, what I'm comfortable to. So I may know better, but then when I'm put in a position where I'm reverted back to what's natural to me, then I'm reverted back to what I was taught, being from that environment. You know what I mean? Until you are around a better environment or a better example for an extended period of time, it's almost like filling up your cup. If you've been filling up your cup for 18 years with negativity, it's going to take 18 more years of positivity just to break even. You see what I'm saying? Then we got to go years on top of that just to get some type of recovery. So that's what we do when we rear children and they see things from 0 to 18. This is law to them until something else is taught in their adulthood.
Right. And overall, such the journey of life. Such the journey of life.
Yeah, we're taught the most. They said a person who's going to learn the most, they're going to learn between 0 and 5. So those are very impactful years. You know what I mean? So what that child is adapted to, or the type of environment that child is put in within those years, you start to see certain aspects of that child their entire life.
Yeah. So what my perspective is coming from is not to deliberately do it. It's just to understand that sometimes people don't know what they're doing because of wherever they come from. It's an ongoing link, domino effect, and whatever traumas and things that lie in them. I don't think it's ever really a deliberate, conscious decision. It happens though, but such is the journey of life.
Right, correct. And this is why we have that word that we spoke on a previous podcast, generational trauma.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things that, just like Montana has mentioned, things that the daughter seen the way you talk to her daddy. When she became adult, she thought it was okay to talk to her man that way. You know what I mean? Because that's the way that she was taught love. Same way with BU saying that he never seen his stepfather be extremely affectionate and show love physically or to his mother. You know, he provided, but he never seen the romance. So
right.
for him, you know, he may be less romantic because that was his example of how a man is to a woman. You know, I'm a provider first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in my mind, I think sometimes like about it this way, and the idea to try to change these train wrecks is how we think about it and how we deal with the people that show up that way. You know, to stop putting labels on a person. Stop saying that be crazy. Stop saying that crazy. Stop putting labels and maybe help or just accept. Or, you know, or just say nothing, you know, but be kind and loving to people always.
Always.
Yeah. Number 6, war on, wait, no, that was number 6.
Closing.
Right?
Closing.
Oh, I did all my questions.
Yes,
yeah,
right. We at the closing, folks. This was good. I enjoyed myself. Did y'all enjoy yourself? I enjoyed myself.
I did. I definitely
enjoy
did.
myself. Every art for change.
I'm about to get up out of here. I'm lit.
All right.
I'm about to step on out. So I'm just going to say my farewell now.
Hey, go ahead. And your positive thing to say to the people before you leave, Montana, please.
My positive thing to say to the people,
Don't get too lit.
Yeah, don't be like me, man. Put the bottle down. Put the bottle down.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all enjoy
Look,
night. Lady
Montana,
Alba, this is a fire show, huh?
Thank you. Can I challenge you on that then?
What?
The next Lady Alba production, don't bring the bottle. That's the Montana challenge.
Shit.
so you can be on that show. You the example to the people to put the bottle down.
I won't be an example. Trial and error.
All right, there you go. That's honest. Because everybody can't be. We all aren't good examples. This is true. So
and I ain't either. So don't be you. So all right, Montana.
All right, Montana.
Have a good one.
Good night. Yeah. So I was saying, did y'all enjoy? I enjoyed the show. How y'all feel? If y'all want to give up some feelings on that.
No, it was actually a good show. It started off wrong, but I like the way it started because we were talking it, and Mr. You're an asshole for this because you didn't do the pre-show. And I know we're still live, but you didn't do the pre-show, so we didn't know what we were talking about. That shows the audience that it's organic, you know. We didn't know we were live for 8 minutes.
Yeah, I know y'all was live.
No, we did not. No, we did not. Montana came out. Y'all know we live. We like what?
Look, live. So we're talking, but usually the video pops up before we go live. So
the video didn't pop up? Oh.
No.
Only thing that came on the little left side here, because when Montana said that, then I saw the little live red, but it wasn't anywhere else where it normally shows up. So like what? And and the video, the intro didn't come up. So
y'all was like, is everybody ready to say? Everybody ready to lie? Say, I heard you say that, and so y'all all paused and was quiet. So I was like, boop, I hit the button.
And then Lady, I was like, what's happening? No, she was like, what's happening? And then we got into conversation. But it was organic.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was. I liked it too.
I'm glad. That's the perfect mistake. Actually, that's the perfect mistake.
Yeah, my spirit felt good with it too. BU, I felt that way. Like
that's the perfect mistake.
But we had a nice gentle talk of the powwow.
We was 8 minutes in. I was like, oh well, here we are.
Yeah.
8 minutes in, bro. 8 minutes in. I was like, well,
that's funny.
All right, we already started.
We hit.
What's your piece on tonight's show, Mister? If you have one, would you like to offer one?
I didn't get to catch all the show, but from the tail end that I was able to come in on, I do like the topics. I think conversation like this, and when we have shows like this, it resonates with way more people. And it just shows the diversity of Art for Change, and that we just don't just talk about art all day, you know. So yeah, I think that these conversations are definitely needed, and it is something that is, you know, a positive move for the podcast. Absolutely. Appreciate the
All right.
episode. And I like the
Yeah, all
feedback
right.
from you know, a diverse panel. We had, you know, AB joined
Yeah.
us. You know, we had a full house tonight.
Yeah. How about you now, AB? Did you enjoy yourself? You stepped in at the tail.
Yeah, I stepped in
Mr.
at
came in the
the
middle. You came in at the tail. But how was it for you?
No, it was a good show.
All right.
We could definitely go deeper in some of those topics though, because I like
Absolutely.
those. You feel me? So,
Absolutely.
you know, we can have a
I
deeper
asked you,
discussion.
you can give me some of your thoughts, and I'll do the work and open it up. And
Okay.
lady, I wouldn't have no problem doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's a communal thing here. So, yep. I was looking for you. Did y'all talk to AB? Where's AB?
Yeah, I had hit him up, but he had hit me up later. But I told
To
you
be
he was
honest,
doing some IT shit. I told
yeah,
you.
to be honest,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I'm doing work. I'm not even supposed to be at work.
Mhm.
But anyways, my boss put out this thing tonight, this AI skill that builds other AI skills.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Magnificent.
Nice.
So I was reading through it. It's amazing. It's
Okay.
amazing.
Hey, this is
Okay.
Lady Alva. This is why I say I don't double text Alfred. I leave him alone and he'll respond.
Yeah.
And then he responded.
Yeah.
He was like, "Damn, y'all still on?" And then he hopped on.
Yeah. AB,
'Cause he's a busy
AI.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to be busy. AI
Yeah.
is it's amazing me. Not all of them across the board, because I work with one I've chosen to work with one specifically, and it's amazing me. One day I might have a house where I got my AI. Good morning.
Yeah. Lady Alva.
How are you? Oh, I'm good.
Lady Alva. Hey, we got 7 minutes.
We
Gotta run
close
through
it out. All
Yeah.
right. The closing. So thank you guys for showing up and showing out. I enjoyed myself on this show. I want to leave you with this. Families create communities, and these wars live inside every one of our families. That's all I got.
Closing words. I watched Jay-Z interview today. He was like, 2025 was defensive. 2026 gonna be all offense.
All offense.
Yeah, I heard some of that. Mm-hmm.
He had a great interview
All right.
that I watched. J. Cole got a great interview out now too. J. Cole and Jay-Z, and they just split apart. So they both got interviews talking about each other.
So what is your closing thoughts? Your closing thoughts is about to follow Jay-Z and J. Cole. What is BU's closing thoughts?
I just said it. 2025 was
Tell
about
me.
defense. 2026 about offense.
All right, got you.
Yeah. Come on now. Hey, you gotta stick with
All
me,
right.
boo.
I missed it because I done to beat the Jay-Z and J. Cole, so I truly missed it. BU, Mr. What you got for your closing thoughts?
My closing thought, man, is just to appreciate everybody for locking in with Art for Change. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, go to our highlight page. We got some discounts for you. Hit them highlight section and take you to websites. Once they take you to their website, just make sure that Art for Change is in a promo. You get discounts anywhere between 5 to 15%. And that's all I got for you, man. Rock with the game, man. Peace and love.
Hey, and we pushing 1.5 years podcasting. Like,
Pushing
what
a
the
year
fuck
and a
y'all
half
talking about?
podcasting.
Y'all doubted us. What the fuck y'all talking about? You know what the fuck going on here? What?
Hey.
It's always the
the
BU.
last 3 months.
Hey,
What?
my boy
We
said he
still
can't
here.
be. He said he ain't gonna be
What
humble.
y'all
now.
doing? Hey, what y'all doing?
Hey, look, you know what I mean.
I love the watchers though. I appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate all the viewers, absolutely, and the naysayers, man.
Haters too.
And the naysayers, they make us go harder. You know what I mean? We got people who say that this would never happen, and we like almost 200 episodes in. When we go live, we do shows for 2 hours, and we keep a script, and we keep the people entertained, and we have guests on, and we do all different type of things on this podcast, man. So yeah, man, I'm very what's the word? I have a very optimistic view for our future. There you go. Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Thank you. Yeah, the
Hey, which
motherfucker
snake
five.
is that?
Thank
Because
you.
you got like fucking 10 of them. Which one is that?
Yeah,
one?
this one is a new one. This one has never been on the podcast before. This is Buttercream.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Buttercream. She's never been on the podcast before. She is an albino pie. I got her for my birthday.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
who said that? Oh, Rysan said that. Hey, shouts out, hey, BU316, because you know I got scripts in the Bible, you know, I'm out here. Shouts out that too, boy.
Yeah, that shit fire. That shit fire.
Hey, we got something brewing. Hey, we'll talk about that. You know, we got something brewing. But
All right, go ahead and
not
send the
BU,
people off, Lady Albert.
yeah.
All right. Thank you for showing up and showing out. As I said, welcome to Art for Change. We'll see you next time around. Peace.
Peace and love, gang. Art for Change. And we out.
Lady Albert, good show. I like